Hey, live from Palo Alto. It's Table Talk with Tom and Ed. How you doing, Ed?
Hi, good Tom. Good to see you.
Yeah, I'm filling in today for Adrian, Tom Dubois, Vice Mayor, and I hope everyone's doing well. Um, you have any? How are you doing, Ed? Do you have any plans for this Memorial Day weekend?
Well, we'll see. Everything will be done on foot or on bike, I suppose. No traveling out of town, but actually looking forward to spending a little bit of time with family.
Yeah, I guess we're continuing to shelter in place. Um, Even though the weather, it's a beautiful day today, and the weather's getting quite nice. We still have this health requirement to shelter in place. And Palo Alto passed an ordinance to actually require face masks when you're outside. As long as, if you're doing vigorous activity, hiking or running, you can go without a mask. But otherwise, I think we really want people to wear masks, really to protect others, right?
That's exactly right.
So, probably expecting a lot of people to be outside this weekend in our parks and open spaces. Anything happening on that front, Ed?
Well, yes, as a matter of fact, speaking of open spaces, we do expect it to be pretty busy this weekend. And in fact, while all of our parking areas for open space preserves have been closed on the weekends, we're actually opening the Orostradero parking area this weekend. And so as of tomorrow, May 23rd, that parking area will be open. The other two open space preserves at Baylands and at Foothills Park will continue to be closed this weekend, and they'll be open during the weekdays. But just really because of the expected larger crowds, we weren't able to manage opening those parking areas this weekend. So next weekend, though, we do hope to open all of the parking areas for all of the open space preserves. The foothills and baylands are still accessible on foot. So if you're able to walk or bike to the areas, then you can definitely enjoy our open space areas. And I suspect there will be a lot of folks out there. Also, wanted to mention, just as long as we're talking about some of the restrictions, that as people know, we actually may see more foot traffic around town today and through the weekend, because with the new shelter-in-place order, we've now got businesses that are opening up for curbside pickup, drive-by curbside pickup and delivery. And so as a result, we do expect to see more people around town. So you can actually kind of see some of the traffic picking up around town as well.
So,
Great news. So I'm sorry, go ahead, Tom.
well, so pretty much any business can be open now?
Retail businesses. So any business that has goods that could be available for curbside pickup can be open.
Are we doing anything to help businesses kind of adjust to this new reality?
Yep. As a matter of fact, we've got a team that has just gotten organized and is set up to provide direct assistance. Public Works, in particular, has taken the lead on installing temporary signs. So again, we're speaking about curbside pickup. So we've got some additional signs that you may start seeing around town today in front of businesses that have communicated with us. They plan to be open and would like to have short-term parking out front so people can stop by, pick up their goods, and get on their way. In fact, we've done some outreach, but you can never do enough outreach. And so I'll just mention our call center number and a couple of ways that people can get in touch with us, in particular for businesses. If you're opening, and again, like I said, you need to have some short-term parking out front, or if there's any other assistance we could provide, including we've now got some new signage that emphasizes, Tom, as you mentioned, face coverings required, as well as social distancing, and really some branding that really just communicates that we're all in this together here in Palo Alto. So just real quick, the phone number for our call center, 650-272-3181. That's our customer support call center. And also, we've got a special web page on our website, and you can get to it via our normal city website, cityofpaloalto.org. And the specific business-oriented pages /business reopening, all one word, business reopening. Or we can take an email also at cityofpaloalto.org/COVID-19 online support.
Yeah, that's great. I'm sure a lot of our businesses are raring to reopen. And, the ones I've been to, it seems like everybody's, they got the tape on the floors. See a lot of plexiglass going in to protect cashiers. Uh, and again, I guess most of the retail is going to be curbside pickup, so you're not going to go into the store. You'll stay outside, right?
Exactly. Other than grocery stores that have been open.
Right. So, we've been getting a flood of emails about closing streets and letting people sit outside. So what's going on that front?
Yeah. We've got, well, definitely. We've had someone who's organized a pretty effective campaign at sending emails to the city council to suggest closing University Avenue or California Avenue, and really clearly out of desire to support our local businesses. So we do have that same team that's working with now individual businesses on responding to curbside pickup, to also look longer term to identify what businesses are interested in doing. We're also working with the Chamber of Commerce, and we've been in touch with others to look at what might work in different situations, both immediately and also important to note that right now dining is not happening at restaurants. And so whether it's inside or outside, there's not dining that's happening there. Restaurants are open for takeout only, but that as we are progressing to allow more and more activity, that the same team is looking at options from presence on the sidewalk to potentially parklets, as has been called, where a parking space, curbside parking space, might be available for people to dine at, to closing the street altogether. So we're looking at all of those options in direct communication with the restaurants and other businesses that are on the street. And as you might expect, there are different perspectives on what works and what doesn't work in different locations. So we're working through all of that.
Yeah, I've been hearing different things as well. And I think it's important to emphasize that we are still sheltering in place. I think this is looking down the road a little bit for when restaurants are allowed to have people come eat. But I've heard different things. I've heard, again, if people can do a lot of takeout, that they want to make sure that people can come and take out the food. I think the restaurants can get more business that way. And then this idea of potentially expanding some seating if we do start to have seating again. And in some areas we may even want to look behind the restaurants and some of the parking lots, perhaps, because the retail businesses are open too, and they also need to be able to have people come and pick up goods there. And so I think it's going to be a tricky thing, but something we should definitely start to look at and figure out how we could do this.
Definitely, we're on it. Again, both individually with individual businesses, as well as at a block level and at a district level beyond that, and looking at our own parking lots as an option too. And before I forget, so thank you for pointing out that we also want to encourage people to do takeout from our local restaurants right now. And it is, what are we calling it? Foodie Friday. We had Takeout Tuesday, so we'll call it Foodie Friday for pickups. So definitely buying gift cards. Also encouraged, and we have one additional way to support local businesses now, which is the donation portal that we've set up in support of the funding that the city council designated.
Before we go there, let me ask you, have you been ordering from restaurants?
Oh, let's see. So my most recent was locally would be Hurry Curry, the Curry Up Now, right across the street here.
I like Hurry Curry. That would be a good name for a Chicago restaurant, maybe. Yeah, I got some food from Brioche last night, and nice. A lot of these restaurants are also offering vegetables and produce, and a lot of it's really good, basically restaurant quality. So if you need some groceries, you can order those too.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I am really excited that you started to talk about this business grant program. So the city has funded $500,000 for our small businesses. I think the businesses have to have between 1 and 50 employees and a storefront. So how do people start to apply, and how are we getting the word out?
Yep. So we've been pushing it in all the channels that we have, and including, we've used the business registry as well as utility accounts to push out messages to all of our commercial accounts. But certainly word of mouth is really important. And at this point, what we've done is we've established a simple pre-application. So it's a very simple form. on our website. And here's the web page, cityofpaloalto.org/business grant. Now, all one word, business grant. So that's where, again, person and someone representing a business can stop in, fill out the application online, and then we'll file it. Next step will be next Wednesday, there will be a lottery. And so the way the lottery will work is that the businesses that fill out the pre-application will then be able to submit all of the paperwork to confirm that they qualify for the grants. And that's how the grant awards will be made.
How are we actually going to do that lottery?
It'll be Zoom. Actually, I don't know that it'll be live. It'll be recorded, and we've got all of our, we'll say, our internal controls set up to make sure that it's very transparent.
Are we going to put names in a hat, or it's going
to be... We've got a random number generator using the names of all the companies that have put in the pre-application, and we'll be drawing the numbers accordingly.
And so I think we're going to do grants of $10,000.
Yes, up to 10,000. It was flexible, so that it really depended on, the ability. It could be less if a company feels that they weren't impacted, but it's really dependent on the level of financial impact due to the COVID emergency.
And what can that money be used for?
No restrictions.
Okay. And so we are also looking for donations. If people want to support these local businesses, again, these are small businesses in Palo Alto. So I think we've formed an agreement with a company to help us on the donation front.
Yes. Right? Yes, exactly. So we've got a couple of partnerships going. One is with the Chamber of Commerce, just to get the word out. So the Chamber's pushing it through their channels. And then we've got a back office partner that's helping us receive the donations, as well as will administer the paperwork, and will then be transmitting the funds to the city. And that's with the East Bay Community Foundation. So we have a webpage that we've established that just has a little button on it that takes you to the East Bay Community Foundation's website, where they'll take credit card donations and the like. And our webpage for that is cityofpaloalto.org/supportlocal. One word, support local. And again, you can find it on our coronavirus page by navigating to the point. But if you want to go straight there, it's cityofpaloalto.org/supportlocal. And I made what may be the first donation this morning. So
right.
it's live.
$100,000?
I wish. Well, let's not go there.
So any donations made will just add to the pool, so the lottery could last longer, or might we do a second lottery?
Exactly. Yeah, we would hope, since we just went live with this website just in the last day or two, that it will extend, and hopefully we'll get donations beyond next Wednesday. And so as a result, we can have another round of lottery and be able to continue it. We'll have to track it depending on how the word and how the community responds, quite frankly, to the ability to donate to this program.
Yep. And so again, these are small businesses with storefronts, so it could be a workout gym, could be kind of services as well as retail products.
Exactly. Could be restaurants, could be a variety of different businesses, but again, all small local businesses.
Great, that's really good to hear. So we had a busy week, I guess week before this, working on the budget. I think we had over 24 hours of meetings in 3 days.
So, I think it was 27. Was someone, for those who are counting, it was 27 hours. So it's just pretty amazing.
Yeah. Certainly felt a lot longer than that. But yeah, some really difficult choices, really trying to strike a balance between kind of being conservative and really adjusting to the situation, right? We saw a real drop off of hotel tax and sales tax, and it's really unclear how long that's going to last. And trying to balance, I think, a lot of our ongoing services and programs, taking into account some of them that can't even happen really. So all of our summer camps and things where people gather, all those things have been put on hold. So we're meeting again on the 26th. I guess everything's on our city website, but it's citypaloalto.org/budget. Any previews?
Well, yes, we put out a report last night, which provided an update based on the direction we got from the city council last week. And so our really the entire city staff have been working on it since, looking at with the direction that we received from the council, some specific areas that the council wanted us to take another look at. And so we've put together a series of recommendations that reflect those priorities for possible restoration, since we had identified numerous programs for being reduced, cut back basically. And so we are coming forward with some options for the council to consider. So on Tuesday, Vice Mayor and your colleagues will be here from 1 p.m. We'll be online as a part of your next round of budget hearings, and hopefully reach some pretty close to final decisions.
Right. Yeah, and I did want to thank you again. Last Monday night, our last council meeting, you announced that our unrepresentative staff was going to take a 15% pay cut, which is very significant. You know, I just wanted to acknowledge that you had been talking to us for some time about doing that, you know, and, you know, some council members were kind of pushing publicly, but you had let us know. I think you were basically trying to talk to your staff and get people aligned before making an announcement. And so that took a little bit longer, perhaps, but I just wanted to acknowledge that you have been working on that for some time, and that was good that came out.
Well, I really appreciate that, Vice Mayor. I know, and thank you. That was exactly on point. That it's really important that our managers have an opportunity to talk about the issues and really get on the same page and have some opportunities to weigh in on how they thought it made sense. And I appreciate the council's patience in working with me and allowing me to work that with our people. So that
Did
was
you get a
great.
meeting with like 200 people on it?
We did, and we talked about whether we should do it as just a big Zoom meeting versus webinar. And I think we all realized that it was just going to be too disruptive when someone didn't have their mute on and things like that. So unfortunately, we couldn't quite have as free-flowing as discussion as we would like. But you know, we're learning how to do big meetings now. Yes, so we had a Zoom webinar meeting among our managers with 200. And managers is a bit of a misnomer in that it really covers a wide range of different positions within the city. These are simply our unrepresented professional staff. And so includes classifications from administrative associates to project managers to actual division managers in charge of people to directors. So it's quite a wide range.
Yeah, and again, I think it's come out now for people that have been following, but obviously we have several unions in the city, and there's certain processes we have to follow when we're talking about them and how they can work with us to get through this period as well.
Yes, thank you. And our bargaining units, our unions have been really good partners, and those discussions are ongoing. You know, certainly we all have an interest in ensuring that we can provide as much of service as possible to the community of Palo Alto, and also really work together in terms of their membership and for us as a city team overall.
Yeah, so I am hopeful with some smart cutting back that we can keep the things that are most popular or most essential. And like I said, to me, it's really about striking that balance. So I think we're coming up on our time. Do you want to remind people some of the resources we have available?
Yep, absolutely. Thank you. So just really how we can provide support to the community. Reminder of our call center that is open from 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. And the phone number for that is 650-272-3181. And as often comes up, if we've got concerns about observance or violations of the shelter-in-place order, that's actually being handled by our police department and their non-emergency number. And that is 650-329-2413. And that's the best way to get a hold of us.
Great. And again, the website, particularly for businesses, make sure you sign up for that lottery. I think that's it. We'll be back again next Friday, 2 o'clock, YouTube, same place. So
very good.
good talking
Take care.